Welcome to GGrated.
Hey guys, what's going on? Look, we got a special episode of GGrated. As you can tell, we're a little bit different scenario, I guess you can say, in the woods. But kind of not in the woods. I mean, how'd you put it?
We are at an off-road park, and we're kind of in the woods. We're by this lake. It's really pretty out, and it's actually really dark right now. We're sitting here by the fire, and since we couldn't be in our home studios for our podcast, we decided to do a podcast.
Man, you should see, like, it's pretty cool. First off, it's cool to finally get together with my buddy Josh over here, and
yeah, I don't have to look at you through a screen.
I know. It's like, hey, make sure you do this, and don't stretch your face out a little bit. Shrink it up.
Start
Yeah,
over here out of the frame.
Yeah, but we got our two sons out here, the two Sheps that we talk about.
Yep.
And they had a blast. They're finally knocked out, I think, from all the excitement today.
I'm not far behind them, I don't think.
No. He's got to get one yawn in at least, But, man, we've had a blast out here. We're at Boggs and Boulders here in Andalusia, Alabama. Having a blast. We got Josh's Ford Bronco, checking out his new lights that we talked about in the last podcast. What do you think about those real quick? I know this is not gaming related. We're kind of just throwing this in here, but what do you think about your lights, man?
I like them. I think they're cool.
Got a couple of tweaks.
You gotta do. I got to get some other brackets to kind of make them point the directions that I want to. But for $60, I'm not going to complain too much. If you want to get ditch lights for an off-road rig, man, you're looking at hundreds of dollars, and I just wasn't ready to do that yet. So just had to trial fit these and try my hand at wiring them up, and everything works good. So I'm going to roll with it.
Okay. Well, I had a blast. I appreciate it. But, dude, you should have seen it when coming in here, loading everything up in this Bronco. I don't know how we did it, but we got everything on the camp. We have some videos going live, hopefully, at some point, kind of showing our little camping trip with the boys. We played a little bit of Steam Deck.
I played
very
Titanfall
little bit.
Too. It was pretty fun.
He played Titanfall too. Apparently, I forgot to update. Anytime before you go on a camping trip, first tip of the night is make sure that you update your Steam Deck.
It's hard to on a hotspot. It doesn't really work. So
especially when the kids are playing on the iPad with it too.
Exactly. It doesn't take much internet to play a game online. The problem comes in when you need to update the game, and it's like gigs upon gigs.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on a hotspot too well. So.
That's true. But with that being said, we had one of emails come in from one of your buddies.
Oh yeah.
And stuff.
Let's read it.
You wanna throw it out there?
Yeah, entertain the people while I find it.
But one of them was talking about a couple new games. One of them was an MMO, and we're gonna try to check it out. Obviously, we're not the biggest MMO fans, right? That's why we had Blaze come on and do some Baldur's Gate 3 for us. But we got to honor these fans and thank y'all. Look, if y'all want a game for us to look at and kind of check out and maybe talk about, make sure you send us an email at ggratedchannel@gmail.com. ggratedchannel@gmail.com.
Yes, this is a perfect opportunity. Subscribe, like, and share, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
What people tell you to do, every channel that you ever come in contact with. But it really does work.
I mean, we're coming to you live in the middle of the woods.
Yeah,
you know
look
what
at this fire.
Yeah.
It's warm. Enjoy it.
We're making a good fire. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, enjoy the fire. It's warm. Enjoy this beautiful, So we picked a perfect weekend to camp, too. It's just starting to turn cold. Not really cold, but just really nice. Like, I had to put on a jacket, and I could get by without one, but it was just, right at the edge to where it's just nice out.
Yeah.
So it's going to get down, to the 40s tonight?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is an email from my buddy Matthew Morrow. He says, "Hey guys, enjoying the show. I would love to hear on the next podcast your guys' thoughts on open world MMO survival games. There are two right now that interest me. One, The Day Before, which comes out on November 9th. Oh, it's called The Day Before.
Yeah.
And that game comes out on November 9th. Reading the reviews, and a lot of people are not happy with how the gameplay footage looks. Number 2, Rooted, which is on Steam. No announced date for release. I believe it is an indie game, but the graphics look pretty good. A lot of positive feedback for this one. Just curious if you guys would be playing either of these titles. So as far as open world survival games go, I haven't played a lot of them. I will say the one I spent the most time on back in the day was DayZ. DayZ,
yeah.
dude, like, me and guys would just walk around for hours trying to find stuff. If you know, you know, the place to be used to be Electro. We used to snipe over Electro.
The OG spot.
Dude, it was so much fun. A buddy of mine, his name is Kevin, he actually gave me a computer so that I would play it with him, and it was really cool. Like, I was able to play it on low, but it was still so fun, and it was my first experience with, like, meeting people out in the open world and talking to them, and they can decide to double cross you and kill you, and you die and you lose everything.
Which back in the day, meeting people and doing that back in the day was on a whole nother level. Than,
oh yeah,
you know, it was like whoa.
It was a
first
big
deal
deal
that
to
surprise.
to die in a game and you're done.
Yeah,
like you spent hours upon
no
weeks,
respawn. Yeah,
yes, hours upon weeks trying to find all this stuff, and then all that time gone. You got to start a brand new character. So that's my experience with those kind of games. I would get into them again. The thing about it is they're more fun with friends. You got to have other people to play with. So, Matt, I'd love to play with you, buddy. We can play for sure. I would love to get into that.
Yeah, and there's another game, and I forget. Blaze went talked about playing with some friends and getting up, playing with 6 of us. I got to remember what that is, but you're right. I think it's all about playing with your buddies and stuff like that. But I appreciate Matt kind of sending us a little email, kind of telling us about a couple of these games. Hey, there might be some games we don't really know, and it kind of, Josh all the time, what you don't know, Josh all the time, he'll send me a call, call me or text me, and he'll be like, man, check out this game. And a lot of times it's going to be a bust. No, I'm just kidding. It's going to it's going to be interesting to try a lot of these games because I wouldn't try them.
Yeah.
Unless it was for him. Honestly,
there's some games that
I really
are like $5. That's like, oh, I'll try this. It's on sale
and you do
for
that
$5.
all the time. But
and I have found some gems that are like, man.
Remember you got me one point. I just got to tell this. Remember, you got this website. And he was like, man, you could get like 20 games, for like $5 or 20 bucks or something like that. Yeah. And this right when I got a PC, and he's like, hey, I got you one, man. I got you a package deal. I was like, okay, man. Dude, I ended up getting Goat of Duty.
Goat of Duty.
Goat of Duty. Does anybody know that game or has played that game?
There's people online playing it.
They are still right now. They are.
I'm like, what? Why are people
playing? It's a Goat of Duty, but it was like 20 games. It was like a lot of indies.
Metro Exodus was a big one that was on there. I actually beat that, and it was great.
I remember going in the coffee shop with you one day, me and you, and you was playing that game. I think it was that game that you was playing.
It's wild. So it's got some stuff in it. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
What? Wait, what's the stuff?
It's got things, man. I'm not going to talk about it. It's got...
I just need to...
We can pause. I'll tell you all about it.
We'll get to that in a little bit,
I'm going to check these games out, and I'll get back to you on that, man.
Yeah, we definitely will, man.
I will see you at church. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Man, something else I want to talk about is kind of like what we're doing, I guess. Kind of the whole scene, the whole setup is, a lot of people... they think you have to be in your room, kind of not yawning again.
Sorry.
Long day, like on the. But I'm gonna wake them up a little bit, do a little sternum rub. Being in your room, being nerdy, and kind of, not talking to people, not sociable at all. But like this is what is the game change on like these Steam Decks and stuff, right? That we have.
We're not ever gonna stop talking about it. Steam Deck.
No, Steam. Steam. Or Nintendo Switch even, because it's another handheld. I'm just saying, Rogue Ally. We're out here in the middle of the woods. I
played a game of Titan Brawl on Titanfall 2 in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Online against people.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And we're still here. We're having fun together, playing some games. There's nothing else really going on. We actually took it up, watched the stars a little bit with the kids.
We went up to the mounds or the dunes or whatever over there. There's like a big
giant dune
quarry thing over there with big hills.
Yeah.
And went to the top of those hills.
And that was fun. Kids go to bed. Hey, we're sitting here together when we get, we don't get to see each other very often.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting here playing, some Timefall, or me trying to play, but him playing, and just playing some Sea of Stars or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So you can always find a place to kind of play and kind of enjoy yourself. Don't make people think that like, oh, this ain't the place, or I can't play. And so I just want to throw that out there, man, because there's always a stigmatism in reference to gaming. There's this older generation. I don't know about you. I don't know if your dad was like this, or I know ours isn't too bad about it, but this generation about, oh, if you're gaming, you're not. I don't know how you can put this. You're not raising them right.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like,
well, I've had people tell me that before. I've had people that I really respect say, "Oh, it's so bad for you," and like I get it. I think anything can be taken to the extreme, and that's anything. I mean, really. Yeah. You can drink way too much water and you can kill yourself.
Too much chocolate,
Yeah.
Too many marshmallows,
yeah, exactly.
Which we gave way too many.
But it's like it can really. I think it's good for your brain to do that problem solving and stuff, and to have a moment to chill. Now, like we've kind of talked about this before, I think it's good to read and stuff too, and all of that. But if you're just like sitting and chilling with your homies, like. Sometimes I play games instead of watching TV. So it's the same thing. I'm like actively doing something.
That's
I'm not
a good.
just
No,
laid
that's
back
a good
watching
point.
A show.
How many people Netflix and chill?
And that's okay. Like that's just
they
widely
stream
accepted.
shows, and that's what they love to do, right? But you don't see as much. Do you see as much stigmatism for doing that? No. And they'll stream hours and seasons. But when you talk about, oh, you've been on the game for 6 hours or 2 hours or whatever, it's like, man, you're wasting your life away. It's like...
Yeah, and a lot of people do that, and they'll burn through a whole show, like, days and days. Like, I've been there. When I found The Walking Dead, like, years after it was out, and, like, watched them all. Like, I missed work. I was at home
How was it after Glenn got killed or not? Well,
man.
Did you continue?
That was later when... I was watching it when it would come out every week or whatever. That was the new season. After that, I don't think I watched it that much.
Yeah, me neither.
That stopped it for me.
Yeah, it stopped it for a lot of people, I think. What's funny is I had a girl was talking all about The Walking Dead. Just started watching it last night when I was working with my extras at AMC, and she was going all through it, and I'm like, man, that's bringing back some memories.
Speaking of, dude, like this is the perfect scene for The Walking Dead.
This is where it starts, man, right here. Y'all keep an eye behind us.
And
let us know, like
that would be something if there's something walking
We did hear a little scream over there, and I was
like, let me
scream
and a howl
and
of a bird.
I was like, hey man, I need to get my flashlight a little bit, But see, there we go again, But guys, we just wanted to kind of do a quick show and kind of just like
I want to talk about something else too. That's why I was on my phone. Is Robocop Rogue City demo is out.
Oh, dude, it's finally come.
Yes, I say we do it before.
Wait,
and
on
after.
Steam?
Yes, on Steam. There's a demo we can play right now for free because it's. I
wonder if we'd be able to download it with a hotspot right now.
No, it's like 44 gigs. The demo is like 44 gigs. Is what they're saying right now on Reddit.
That would be something tomorrow.
It's a huge amount of data for such a short demo. But I'm just kind of glancing.
Well, we've been
through
talking
Reddit
about
here.
this. And
yeah, I've been looking forward to it. I'm a huge Robocop fan. The old one. The new one was all right. Like, it was cool. It was Robocop movie, but it wasn't the OG Robocop. Was a big fan of it as a kid. Had no business watching it as a kid. But it looks like this game...
Didn't have ratings back then.
Yeah. Looks like... What? I'm not that old. Looks like this game is sticking more to its roots and is going to be that nostalgic Robocop experience that we're looking for with some spicy dust on top just by like watching it, because I don't think Robocop ever like threw anybody through a wall or anything. He might have, but he looks to be a little more spry on this video game, which they got to do something. I mean, you can't just walk around and
Yeah,
like you got to have
that would
other
get kind of
things going on.
repetitive. But a lot of these games are like that, though. They get very repetitive, very quick.
If it looks good and there's some slow-mo stuff and it's got an interesting story to it, I heard they got the original voice actor or the original actor that was Lewis, which was his partner. It's a woman. She's in it, and I don't know if Peter Weller, who played Robocop, is in it or not. Hopefully he is.
Yeah.
And dude, I am so excited for it. I'm gonna play the demo, and I'm gonna get back to you with what I thought of the demo. So.
Well, I was making sure this thing's still on. You know, it's not the time. I was like, oh, it went off.
We've done that before.
We have done that. I was like, let me make sure this thing's still rolling. But no, we've been talking about this RoboCop game, and I can't believe like we finally have the demo out. We're gonna have to try that. Kind of let y'all know how that goes as well. But I'm just worried it's gonna be like, you know, it's kind of like Starfield when they first showed the shooting and all that stuff, the battles. It's like the gun battles. They actually got somebody, I forget who it was, but they actually come in and actually help with that because it's so hard to get the battle system right or the gunplay right.
I think they did a pretty good job with it. It's especially on Starfield. It's different enough from other things to be fun and not be as repetitive as you think it would be.
Yeah.
So, I think the looting aspect helps a lot too. Like you're looting and you're,
picking newer guns, better guns.
All that
but that's why I'm hoping with RoboCop it kind of has some kind of aspect to that, like a Call of Duty, kind of like Destin's kind of their own, Halo's kind of their own. You know, you got Starfield now, it's kind of their own. But if you get RoboCop, just come in there and they just meat sponges, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Heard somebody talking about it, so RoboCop has that gun, the big, huge gun that's in his leg.
When he goes
like,
and
then, goes back in his leg. So you can pick up other guns, I believe, from what they were saying. And when you pick up other guns, you don't just throw down your main gun. It goes back in your leg, and then you pick up another gun to shoot with. And it might be cool to try out different guns in this world, which I don't know if there would be anything too special. Oh, wait. In the original movie, they got some like sniper gun that would blow up cars and stuff. Like,
we need that.
Yeah,
we need that. That would be amazing.
Like, if they had things like that, if like maybe, what if you got on top of Ed 209 and were able to control him, like doing stuff.
That's the one that was in the office that killed everything. Yeah. Right? That's the one I would just want to be in control of.
Yeah, that's
all I keep thinking.
I want a model of that.
Maybe it's because I was so young when I first saw that scene, and it just stuck with me so bad.
Too, man.
You know, but and maybe that's think about that thing with AI right now.
Oh, I know.
I mean, because it's just going way out there. You know, like something else we haven't talked about, and I'm surprised you haven't talked about it.
What?
The Meta 3. Quest 3, the Meta Quest 3, because you got the Meta Quest 2.
So the thing that keeps me not as interested in it is the price point.
How much are they releasing that for?
I think it's like a lot. Isn't it? Isn't it like a lot?
I know the Apple Vision is a lot.
That might be
That's
what
$3,500.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
But this one, I think, don't hold me to, is around the same price, around $500, $600.
So the Meta 2 is so good that I don't have any interest in upgrading. Yeah. Like it works great. Like it looks great, especially if you have a PC. Like it just you can play
do wireless
a
lot too.
Yeah,
that's coming out. Forza Motorsport is coming out very soon.
I wonder if that's going to be VR supported.
I guarantee it probably will be.
Probably.
Being this big sim race, they did a comparison. IGN did a comparison with Gran Turismo and Forza. And all the comments, I looked at the comments, checked everything out, and they're saying they had not really any complaints.
Really?
So everybody's like, oh, this one looks a little bit better. This one looks a little bit better. So it's going to be very good. I don't think it's going to be bad.
I want to build a rig, dude, like a legit rig, and play something like that.
That'd be good. So you got that coming out. Spider-Man 2 is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out the same day as Super Mario Wonders. the new Super Mario game. I'm absolutely going to get that.
I need to
for my son and me to play. The huge co-op game, co-op kind of game.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if you get a Switch, we can do some co-op on there.
It'd be cool.
So far, that's it. I mean, there's nothing else kind of big coming out. We're expecting some of these leaks from Xbox to hit, but guys, that's pretty much it with the news and what's coming out. I think the biggest thing for us right now is we're excited about the Robocop demo.
Yeah, I want to play that.
You know,
I go through different seasons of like what I'm interested in, and right now I think I'm getting back into games like that. More of your, what is it, linear story, not open world, but like you have levels that you go through and you have an objective that you got to do. Not a bunch of like missions on the side, but you got a story and you're following through.
Keep going.
Oh, he's got to put a log on the fire.
Yeah.
So, you know, like your games like we were talking about earlier, Metro Exodus, you know, you had objectives, you go through it, you have a story that you're following. It's not this open world with all these branching storylines, which that's cool, but that's not what I'm in the mood for right now. I'm in the mood for playing a game like a movie and having different scenes like ready to go for me to play and experience in that way. So
yeah, and I think just playing these new games and stuff like that, kind of like you're saying, you're talking about, I caught the end of it, saying that you're just trying to play these new games and get new experiences, right?
Yeah, but not so. Everything these days seems to be open world with all these different storylines. See, Starfield's great, but I want to play something shorter.
Did you see the new Assassin's Creed Mirage game come out?
Okay, I saw a little bit of that.
That's a direct response to what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
They keep doing these open worlds, and then here they go. See, we're on the trail of bogs and boulders. You see the riding, right?
See people riding behind me.
But that's a direct response from these open worlds. And then they did Assassin's Creed Mirage and went back to like the first, second, and third.
See, those
like
were
Black
the best.
Flag,
with Ezio and stuff in the first ones.
But they didn't do it right though. I think it had like a 77 on Metacritic.
Mirage did?
Yes, 77 score. The reason is they did it all right, and it was a short, 10 hours or so to beat it or whatever. But a lot of things there was no like story element to it.
Okay.
They said the story was horrible.
Oh, that's one thing that they dropped the ball on. I'm gonna just get on my soapbox just for a second. I was a big Assassin's Creed fan, loved it, and it was cool. You were playing as Ezio. You would go back to our world and have that storyline, and then he would dive inside of the Animus and go back to his ancestors and play through that. If you remember the game,
they had it was like a laboratory or something. They would put him under and go back to certain people, right, in history.
Yep, and you're learning.
They made a movie for that too.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I don't think it did well, but
but they did. Yeah,
but they did make one. So I was eventually thinking that as he learned to become an assassin from people back in history, that eventually you would get to play as him in like the future, doing stuff as a cool assassin.
That'd be pretty cool.
In an urban setting, and that's what I was expecting
he's changing
the story to go.
And all,
and for like him to learn these skills and to eventually do stuff in like this time now, and then start a new branching story that's not in the past but like right now.
That would be
pretty sweet. But that's what I was expecting, and I was excited for.
It's about the money, man. It's about the money.
Yeah.
It's about them big open. They're gonna look back at this gaming, and they're gonna see how everybody just wanted this big open worlds and all that. I mean, look at even Halo Infinite. It was linear open world, but it was still open world. I loved it.
It was great.
I loved it. But
it was great.
I'm saying they still went big with the open world as well compared to what they had been doing. And they're kind of late to the party on that.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, and all that, huge. 100. I looked at the time thing on the Steam Deck. I looked at the times, and it was like 160 hours for completionists to beat that game. 160 hours in one game.
Yeah. No.
That's too much.
That's too
60
much.
hours just to beat the story. 60 hours.
That's too much for where we are in our lives right now. I don't know. Like, if you just play casually, it'd take you so long to beat that.
Yeah.
that you would be on to something else, and that's what happens a lot of times with me. Is like, if it doesn't hold me and I don't have the opportunity to play it for long stints, then I move on to something else.
Yeah. If it doesn't keep catching me and stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, man, that's pretty much it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to going back. Honestly, I'm kind of enjoying it out here. And
let's just stay up all night, man.
Yeah. Play some Steam Deck.
Yeah, let's play Steam Deck.
If I can get it to work for once, But
I'll just keep yawning.
Guys, I want to make sure I throw this out at y'all. I appreciate all the support. We're en route to 60 subscribers. Yes, hey, every subscriber counts to us. We really appreciate the support. I've been hearing a lot, especially the first subscribers, or family, friends, support. And let me tell you, we appreciate all the commentary back, all the support, all the talking about it and talking to everybody else. Hey, tell your friends and all that. Hey, look, check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe. We got some more content, better content every time we do it. We learn something. We do something. If you enjoy this stuff and you enjoy talking about this stuff, hit that follow. Come back again. Podcast shows, and everything's going to be released, Monday, 7 o'clock?
Yep.
Usually Monday, 7 a.m.
Monday, 7
a.m. YouTube's usually follow the next day on YouTube. And, that's about it, man.
This is the audio. I'm going to do this for the audio-only listeners. You can hear this fire crackle. Let me pick up this
yeah.
right here. Hold on. Oh, sorry. It's all right. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
They're probably like, I didn't hear anything. Probably didn't hear anything. Yeah. Guys, we appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. We're gonna probably go hit the hay in a little bit.
Yes.
So and drink some coffee in the morning if we can get that to work.
What's I got infinite ammo.
Oh yeah, we can play that. I'll throw that on there on YouTube. The infinite ammo, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all the next time.
Later.
Ray, glad you're here, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Later.